Hello, Janae. I'm Misty Deans. How are
Hello.
you?
Good.
Good. All right. Well, we've already done a couple of things. You've signed your informed consent to be videotaped, and I just want to go a little bit over some confidentiality. I know you've signed that agreement, and everything that you say in here will be held in strict confidence. I do not share your information with anybody. The only time that that could be compromised is if you came across or said that you were going to be a harm to yourself or someone else, and then I would be required by law to report that. But anything else, I really want you to, to try to feel comfortable and be able to, talk to me and get to know each other. So, how was your drive in today? How was the weather? Beautiful.
Yeah. That's good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's positive. That's very positive. Okay. Tell me a little bit about what's going on, and I'll tell you a little bit about how I'm going to structure this meeting. So just just tell me a little bit, and then I'll go over what I'm going to be doing.
I guess I'm just kind of struggling with the fact that I moved down here like 5 weeks ago, just in time for school to start. I had 2 days and then there was orientation. Um, and so I was kind of still learning the ropes of just school and balancing work and my internship, but also maintaining relationships and just connecting all of that and having time for myself. And so I guess that would be fine. Just finding balance in that.
Exactly. Okay. So I hear a little bit that you're a little bit stressed. Would that be
Yeah.
would that be easily said? That you're a little bit stressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes worse than others, but yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, what I want us to do today is we're going to do a thing called an eco map, and basically what we're going to look at is you're here in the middle, and all these on the outside, we're going to talk about your outside relationships, and if they're strong, weak, stressful, if you get positive reinforcement from these things or whatever, we're going to look at that and touch on those areas. So as you see me writing, that's what I'm going to be focusing on, and then we'll have it on paper, and it might be easier to understand if you can see it, down on black and white. So you're here in the middle. And how do you spell your name?
Banane.
I love the name. That's beautiful. Okay. All right. So let's first just tell me about some of your relationships, some of your social stuff. Just whatever you feel like is important. You know, a relationship or anything. Culturally, emotionally, uh, physically, if you're in sports, family wise, employment, just school, everything. You just take the reins here.
I guess probably the biggest thing would be school and just having that. Because the reason I'm down here.
Exactly.
Just having school and work. Like my internship is part of school, but it's kind of separate. So.
Okay. And are those strong, or are they predominantly stressful, or how would you rate that?
School by itself is super stressful.
Okay.
Just trying to get everything done and working with a good system and it's understandable.
Exactly.
It's stressful. I really, really love my internship,
Okay.
and it's almost a struggle just because of how much I like doing it. That
You want to do it
I want
more.
to do it more, but I don't have time to do it more.
Mhm.
It's not productive to do it more.
Right.
So,
Right. So would you? Do you think that's strong or?
yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Alright.
Because it kind of plays into most of my days.
Right. I heard you say something that made me think. You said you wish you had more time.
Mm-hmm.
So time can your time can be a little bit stressful with time management. Is is that would that be
There's
accurate?
no set schedules for anything that I'm doing. And so some days will be more internship days, some are more work days, some are homework days. Well, homework fits in around everything. And so there's not official scheduling, and it's hard to make a schedule. I've tried, but I can't because every day of every week is completely different than the week before and the day before.
So would you say that's a week, or would you just explain it as stressful?
um, the time,
Yes.
I mean, just managing the time, I guess that would be stressful. The week, I don't know.
Okay. I mean, it
Or
can be
I
both.
guess it would be strong because it does play a huge role into how I get things done.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to have one set answer. It can be all the above.
I feel like stressful.
And enjoyable. You really, really like it. So that's a strength. That's which your strength gives you power and motivation, and so yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be one answer cut and dry. So yeah, I like that. That's good. Alright. What about your family? Tell me a little bit about your family and moving here, and how that's gone for you.
I don't. I mean, so my family's all pretty much in Michigan, where I'm from, and I'm not gonna see them until Christmas, but I'm not used to seeing them all the time. I haven't lived at home for longer than 2 weeks in 6 years.
Wow.
So just because I went to boarding school, I worked at summer camps every year. Last semester I was out in California for a semester, so I'm not used to being around them all the time. So that's not even the issue. I mean, it's not an issue, but um, they are a big support. Um, I call home pretty much every day or every other day, and if I don't, they'll call me.
Right.
And I mean, like my 13-year-old brother's at that age where he's just like, whatever. I don't, you're my sister. Girls are weird, so
Yes. Yes.
I talk to him sometimes. And then my other brother's in Guyana as a student missionary, so I Skype him sometimes. But
Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about your social life, your friends.
I have a bunch of friends down here in theory.
Uh-huh.
We all like worked at camp together. We went to high school together, some of them, but I don't really have time in my schedule to fit them in and fit in that interaction time. Plus, I'm in my master's; they're mostly all undergrad,
Exactly.
so we have completely different schedules. I try to make time to meet with them. Usually, it's like Saturdays,
Mhm. Mhm.
so that it's kind of stressful just to fit them in.
Right.
But
Because you want to, but there's just again we come back to that time issue, and yeah. So yes, yes, definitely. Um, tell me, or do you have any like social activities? Are you involved in any clubs at school? Any religious or church affiliations that you might be involved in? Just anything like that.
Not any clubs or any basketball stuff
Mm-hmm.
because don't have time.
Right.
But I do go to church every Saturday. I've started to go to one new place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was hopping for a while because again I just moved down here, so I don't know which churches and such, and so
Exactly.
it's just which one works for me.
Right.
Um, and so I've started to go to one that I like more consistently, but even that's only 3 weeks, so it's not like I've had a chance to even hardly meet most
To
of the
get
people.
in and
Yeah.
navigate. Right.
So I'd say that'd be a week.
Okay.
Like I go to church every week, but it's not
You don't have
a
strong
consistent
connection.
one. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but do you feel like that when you are there that they give you positive support?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you just still feel like you haven't reached that
I'm
avenue
still pretty
yet?
outsider.
Okay.
I've gone to like the Bible study group for 2 weeks, and so like the leader there is starting to be like, oh, second week I recognize you.
Right, right,
so,
yeah.
So I think that helps in just having people like that.
Mm-hmm. And that could really help with your stress level too. With having affiliation with others that believe in the same things that you do. You can offer each other support and just have someone to lean on without feeling pressure. Oh, because you don't. I mean, if something comes up, you don't have to go every Saturday. I mean, you're not getting in trouble if you don't or whatever. But if you're there and you're you know mingling and that's a good time to maybe decrease your stress level and just be able to enjoy.
That's what I used that before.
Yes, that's great. I mean, that's a really good strength. So I'm proud of you. That's real. So let's just put one more thing on here. Just let's what about your stress level? Would you say it's big time or manageable? Weak?
My stress is it's function like I'm getting by through functioning, so I'm not like
It's not debilitating.
kind of like right. It's not keeping me. It's keeping me back from social stuff, but so I'm getting the things done that I have to get done, and so I'm just at the functioning level, I think, where it's only there to like the stress is keeping me moving, but it's always there. So yes, stress is stressful.
Yes. That's what I would think myself. That's what I would think myself. So do you live here on campus, or do you have an apartment, or how's your housing situation?
I live 15 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
At my aunt and uncle's house. They live in Africa, missionaries.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so they have a house here. So I'm renting from them, but my cousin lives there. I live a renter downstairs as well. But I never see my cousin. She like pulls herself away in a room and studies psychology.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
So I don't really see her. I have to take care of
Okay. All right. All right. So let's look back over this. Your strengths are, you're a really good student. I mean, it's hard, but like you said, you're in grad school, and most of your other friends, haven't made it that far. So, congratulations, just on being there. That's wonderful. Um, School is usually stressful, so that's what you report, and that's usually an accurate report. But it's doable, and you've done it this far, and you know, I think you're taking the right measures, to keep on doing. Your internship, uh, is strong, and I interpret that as, you love what you're doing. And so when you get out, you're going to be happy with what you've chosen to do. So that, that's a very good strength in my eyes. Your time management, it's kind of everything. I think if you just keep on working on that, and as we do our sessions, we can set out some short-term goals and maybe help with that. So maybe next time, we'll work on some time management skills. Uh, Positive, supportive family, awesome. Social friends, just like the time, there's just not a lot of time, but make time. You have to make a little bit of time for self care, and that's where I think the church is coming in. Even though it's weak right now, that relationship can grow, and it can really be a great outlet for you. So that's some of the strengths that I see after putting this down on paper, and so we've completed the ego lab, and so what we'll do, as we have done, the last two sessions, I would like for you to come back next week. Um, if you could come on Monday at 2, are you free?
That's a class day.
Oh, okay. Well, would you rather come Tuesday?
Sure.
Tuesday at 1. That will get better in your schedule. That's no problem. I've got those 2 days open. So I'll write you down for Tuesday at 1 o'clock here with me. If for any reason you can't make it, if you just give me a call and let me know, so we can reschedule from there. And so next week, what we're going to do is we're going to also focus on your strengths, and maybe take this time management and see what we can do with it. See if we can come up with some short-term goals and help you out a little bit. But it was a great session today. Great getting this done. I'll keep this in your file, and you did a really good job, and I appreciate it. So I will see you next Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
All right, thank you.